Hello viewers and welcome to another episode of Excel Learning. In today's video, I'm going to talk about how a dot, yes, you heard that right, how a dot can give you a cleaner report in Excel and can make your life easier from a cleaner perspective and usability of data which involves large number of rows. So without any ado, let's start. Let's say this is our base data. Let's say column B is our base data wherein we have got a lot of names, and this list is dynamic, which means that number of, or rather names, can keep on adding below. Now our requirement is we want to have all the names in one column pulled up. So traditionally, what is the way we use? We simply pull a equal to B colon B, which is basically pulling this entire column as is. Now the important thing to understand here is, why do we need to pull the entire column? Let me just show you. We need to pull the entire column so that all the rows which get added later on, so for example, if I later on add a name, let's say ABC, that ABC should also get added in the list, and hence we include the the entire column, and we call it B is to B, so that the entire piece is captured rather than just the static names which are appearing in the beginning. So we want to make it dynamic so that even if any rows are added later on, the same can be reflected in the respective column. Now you might be wondering, who does this stupid job of just pulling it in the same sheet? Now let me give you a use case to understand why it might be required, and then we'll come to what is the final destination and how to reach there. So the pulling of list might be required in another worksheet wherein you require a clean list which is dynamic, and you need to sequence it dynamically. So for example, right now I can see 17 names. So the names of 17 people are appearing here, as well as I need to number them sequentially in a dynamic fashion. So that can be one use case why this is useful. Now this is basically the final destination that we need to reach at. Now what is the way out for this? Traditionally, how we have been doing this, we take the names using this entire column, and then we name it or number it like 1, 2, so on and so forth. We drag the results and we get a 17, or rather I would say we put a formula here equal to this plus this, that should give us the 17. And once the new rows get added, we need to drag the formula at the bottom so that the rows get updated. But we will use a smarter way to do this, and the way to do that is a dot. Yes, we'll talk about it. Now, how to use the dot and when to use a dot. Now let me first explain it over here itself. What does a dot do? A dot simply truncates the list and cleans up anything or non-empty cells which are below or above the primary data. So let's understand with an example. We had taken this entire um, column by way of equal to B colon B. Now in order to clean it up, we just need to replace the, or rather add a dot before the last B. So I'll just add a dot over here, and the moment I do this, you would have seen entire thing has vanished from here to here. If you see, nothing is appearing here. So basically this journey is the bridge, that it has truncated all the trailing items which were coming, but they were without any data. Now another thing that we need to clean is the trailing space. So there might be a trailing space, for example here cell number B, this is a trailing space that also needs to be removed so that we have a cleaner report, and the report only captures from here to here. So in order to do that, I'm sure few might have already guessed, a dot is required, but after B used in the first stance, and that cleans up your entire data. Now you see, let me do Control Z. Earlier a 0 was appearing here, but now the moment I use a dot in the front, it disappears. So now I get a very clean list, which is truncated list from removing all the trailing spaces, or rather trailing cells which have got no value, as well as the starting cells which have got no value. So this gives me a clean list. Now let us come to the application of sequencing. How do we get the sequence around it? So I'll do it afresh for you. Dynamic reference or count, we'll call it count. So how to do that? Now that's very interesting. So there is this new formula which is called sequence. It is a very powerful formula which you can use. Sequence of what? So we need to count the rows, count the non-blank rows of what? We need to count the rows in this dynamic range, which is column I, but we will not give complete column I, we will just specify I1, and then we will use hashtag. Now hashtag simply means consider whatever data is there in the spilled over range. Now we close the bracket, we will do a -1. Now this -1 is basically just to exclude the name part, because we do not want to have the name as a part of the sequence. So we do that, we close the bracket, and you have the solution here. You have all the 17 names here. Now in terms of having the dynamic count, now let me just add another name. Let me add a name of XYZ. See, the beauty is the XYZ gets updated here, the sequencing also gets updated here, but it is all without the mess of having the spaces which were earlier occupied as zeros, but now you do not require those spaces and these spaces are completely gone. So that's the beauty of using this approach. Hope you liked the video. Do consider sharing with somebody who might need it. Thank you so much for watching.